looking to get help diversifying their savings in precious metals like gold and silver, and they're turning to the top-rated gold company, Goldco. With over 6,000 five-star customer reviews, an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau, named Best for Customer Service from Money.com, and the industry's highest buyback guarantee, Goldco is a preferred precious metals company in the country. Right now, Goldco is offering you a free 2025 gold and silver kit. Plus, you can get an unlimited instant match and bonus silver if you qualify. Find out how you can help diversify your savings, tax and penalty free today. Call 855-969-GOLD. That's 855-969-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult with your financial and tax professional.
This is 96.5 The Fan, your home for Chiefs football. It's the only place to hear from Andy Reid on Mondays at noon. It's the only place that has an exclusive one-on-one interview with Patrick Mahomes on Tuesdays at 3:15. And it's the only place to listen to the play-by-play with Mitch, Danon, and Kling on game day.
Touchdown! Kansas City! Travis Kelce owning this game!
This is your home for Chiefs football. This is 96.5 The Fan. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
All right, let's rock and roll, man. Mac's like, what are you guys doing, dude? Music's playing. We're over here talking. Man, the Raiders suck.
Sorry, Dusty. I was over here listening as the conversation was going, and
Yeah, we got new computers.
all kinds of new stuff.
Got new. Mac, how's your computer?
How's it going
Still
in there?
older than me. Yeah,
no,
it's
it
good
really
over here,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
But it's okay. This computer only runs our audio and what's going on over the air.
Right.
So it's fine.
Yeah,
Not that
right.
important.
So my headphones are really loud today. I don't know if you heard this. I don't know if he's a little bitter this morning or not. But
No, I
mean,
thought he was being just fine.
Yeah, but seriously, they come in, they replace the computers because Alex is like, there's a buzzing in here. God forbid Alex be inconvenienced a little bit,
Alex
right?
has some pull at this station.
Yeah,
is what
apparently
you're saying.
so. Yeah,
We need
There's like a
Alex to
buzz.
We need. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we used to be the buzz, but I mean,
That was well done.
thank you.
We need Alex to like blow an axle out in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, that'll get the parking lot paved. Yeah,
It'll get it paved, and then people can park right.
yeah, exactly. We had a day yesterday, man. I
No,
mean,
no.
we had a
You
day.
had a day
I guess I had a day yesterday, right? Our parking lot has not been painted in, I don't know, since I've been here, and it's going on 16 years in January, God willing, right?
Since Herbert Hoover was in office.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'd like to thank you, Herbert Hoover. But here we sit at a parking lot that really doesn't have great lines on it. But you can see where the lines are. If it snows, you can't. But you can kind of tell where the lines are. They're very faded. There's potholes surrounding all of them.
No,
And
you can't tell where the lines
you
are.
really
That's a
can't.
bull-faced lie.
Well, kind of, sort of, you can. I mean, if you really look, and yes, exactly. You have to. No, you're 100% right. You got to look. You got to sleuth this thing out, put a spelunker hat on, and get down there in the parking lot.
Meanwhile, it's the same surface as the moon.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's exactly the same surface, not cheese. And so we have these towers here at the station. If you've ever been by Shawnee Mission Parkway in Metcalf, you see the big radio towers. Well, what happens is when it gets cold, the birds tend to go up on those towers to try to stay warm, and then they poop all over the place, right? And so everybody kind of just moves their car back in the winter months or when the birds are migrating, either spring or fall, you know when they're coming, because they just bomb everybody's car, and you get in your car. Have you ever gotten in a car that's
Why
been...
does nobody park in the front row?
Right, exactly. Our boss is like, how come nobody parks in the front rows? Because there's poop falling. I mean,
Yeah. Cam, our director of promotions, goes, bird blank in front of everyone in the meeting. Sorry, what was that? Double down.
Yeah.
Bird blank.
right.
Oh.
Okay, so now everybody parks back, right? Because it's that time of year. The birds are migrating to Capistrano or wherever the hell they're going, and so they sit on the tower to get warm or recharge because we know they're fake.
Yes, exactly.
Right, so
Birds
they're
aren't real.
right. They're recharging on the thing, but while they're recharging, they're defecating all over the cars. Now, total sidebar: have you ever gotten in your car that has been bombed by a bird? Right,
Straight to the car wash.
exactly. We one night we were having dinner on the years ago, like 20-some years ago. I got in the car with the girl that I was dating at the time, and I'm like, "Oh my God, it smells like somebody dumped in my car." And you got out, it was just covered in bird stuff, like 2 or 3 times through the car wash. It was awful, right? So it stinks. We've all had PTSD from that. So we back up. We don't want our cars to get ruined. And so we have parking spots that have 2 spots behind each other, right? A front spot and a back spot, space so people can drive, and then another set of parking spots behind us, 2 spaces, and we're done. So to move back a little bit, I parked in the back spot, right? I didn't pull up all the way.
Yeah, yep.
So I parked in the back spot. Behind me is the road and then more parking spots. Amy from sales, who may be one of the worst drivers, and I kid Amy with all love, though, parks behind me. So now Amy is blocking the road because she just pulled in and parked right behind me, where she parks just about every single day. If that isn't Pavlov's dog, I don't know what is. I mean, we are conditioned so poorly as human beings.
I don't get that reference.
What, Pavlov's dog? We do the same thing every day, regardless of what happens, right? You ring the bell and you run. You ring the bell and you run.
Did you know that, Mac?
Mm-hmm. It's like a experiment, right?
I hate being the odd man.
Yeah. And so I park the car like I do every day. It just happens to be a spot back. And like Pavlov's dog, she pulls in right behind me, not even wondering if I'm in the wrong spot, and just parks in the middle of the road and gets out of her car and walks right in. Nobody's parked on either side of her. Everybody's parked in front. And there she is, parked behind me. And so Spectre's like, I'm going to pull it in front of you. Then you call her and say you can't get out. I'm like, it'll be too long. I got time. I got to get out of here. And so, I mean, it was just an incredible morning of parking with the way that started.
I think I kind of like her strategy. She's using your car as a shield.
That's true.
Yep. I think
So
it's all
here it
in the
is
plan.
for the camera on how that spot went out. Can you see that, Mac?
That's good.
To be fair, you cannot see the part. You cannot see the line.
Yeah, so there's Amy's car behind me.
You should just move further back. You should be in the street today. See if she parks
parked behind me in the street. Yes, it was so
See
good.
how far you can go back.
So then we go to dinner last night. Piropos, right? Very nice place. Wonderful. I got to meet the owner last night.
Nice.
And I heard her voice. I go, you sound just like you do on the radio. It's so cool, right? So we're having dinner. I look at this guy, and he looks at me, or whatever. Comes back to the table. He goes, are you Bob Fescoe's brother? And I said, no, I'm Bob Fescoe. He goes, I'm Dusty Lycan's dad.
That is awesome.
I walked in, I looked at this guy, he looked at me, we're like, whatever.
Shout out to the Kurt man.
And so his dad's there in retirement, waiting tables, having fun, treating the entire restaurant like they are the greatest people on earth.
Hell yes.
And that's the thing that I learned from your father, is he walked around that entire restaurant and made sure everybody felt special last night. And
Gee, man.
it was really awesome. And he was bringing the owner to the table and introducing me as my son's other father. And so I was like, oh, that's too kind. And so, we went up there and had dinner, but it was awesome, man. Your dad is the best. You're like, did he wait on you? I'm like, no, we had somebody else, and he was fantastic as well. But your dad, man, I understand how you are who you are about being nice and everything, because he's just a peach, man. It was awesome to see him just treat everybody just like you didn't have to. You felt good after he came by your table and said hello. Yeah, it was just
go.
It was one of those things. And then I get home.
You ought to see how he parks.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Just kidding.
And then I get home, and a friend of ours, I'll just say Marlon's man, was in a very bad car accident, right? Very bad car accident. And so I sent my friend Drew in Colorado, I said, I'm going to send you a correspondence about this. It doesn't involve me. Pause. And then I sent the correspondence what happens, because he's become friends with him as well because of baseball trips and whatnot, right? And so I guess Drew missed the beginning of that text message, because he called every person in the world going, oh, my God, Bob's dead. He was in a car accident.
Thanks for listening.
So I woke up this morning. My sister's calling me at 4 a.m. My wife is getting texts from our friend Britt. I'm like, thank God I've got friends that care, man. My sister's like, oh my God, 4 missed calls. My mother's involved. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
And nobody reached out to you or me, Mac.
No, yeah,
No, we were sleeping. I mean, if I died, I would have called.
Well,
Of course.
good luck with the show tomorrow, guys.
Why? I'm dead. No, this is
Your sister's like, also, do we have a brother that ate Italian last night? Or-
yeah. So this is the text that I sent to Drew. I said this morning or yesterday. I said, stand by for some deep, long correspondence that does not involve me. And then I proceeded to let him know about our friend. Oh my God, Bob's dead.
Really, Bob? Is Marlon Mans okay?
I don't know the answer to that question. Yeah, I think he's okay, but I don't know where he's going.
You would think with an entire novel of text, he's probably just fine.
Yeah, I would think so. But I mean, the pictures of the accident were brutal.
Oh, that's
brutal,
scary.
brutal.
Hope for the best
Yeah,
there.
so keep him in your
Yeah,
thoughts
of
and
course.
prayers and everything like that today. But I mean, what a day. From Amy
That's
Parkin to
great.
Dusty's dad to Drew thinking I'm dead, calling the world.
And you're not Bob Fescoe.
No.
You're brother Fescoe.
Brother,
Fescoe.
yeah.
The Kurt band, dude.
It's awesome.
It was great. It was so good, man. Your dad really is a sweet man, and
Total
you
G.
know, just treat everybody nice. And then he bought our empanadas. Like it was just a little
Aw,
thing
that's
like
nice.
that you didn't have to do. And and it wasn't even that he was. I had all this niceness before, and then we had that at the end. I was like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you.
What a guy.
How was the dinner?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you
Everybody
go with?
got steak. I got mahi over risotto with vegetables. They call that the Taylor Swift special
Solid.
because that's what she got when she went there to
There we
Propos.
go.
Was
Did
the
he show you their table?
no,
Oh, okay.
no,
Yeah, they got a little spot.
yeah.
He's been there.
Now he also said they probably won't come back.
No, that was early on their spot.
Yeah.
He sent a picture of not a disheveled table, but like a table that was there. He goes, guess who was here tonight? And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, I think they might be together. And this is before it all kind of flourished. So
Yeah.
my inside source was my old man.
Yeah.
Kurt.
Well, that's where you get a lot of your information from, man. People eat.
He's like, I have a feeling it's a little bit more serious than people would think it is. And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, they sat here tonight. There's just the little private booth in the back. And then, the rest was pretty much out the next few days after that, where he was driving around in whatever car that was. They had a picture of them driving around. So yeah, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah.
Kurt Likens. That's where it all started. Stratomatic baseball. And then just stats getting poured into my brain that I didn't know I'd find necessary.
I love that for a retirement job, though, because you said to me, you go, that's essentially like your friend that works at Costco. I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. They get out and do something, man. Retirement is fun, and you don't want to be strapped down, but you also got to keep busy. You can't.
I've said, if I ever retire, I'll just go be a marshal at a golf course.
That's a great job, too. My old neighbor used to do, or my neighbor does that, but he's not my old neighbor. He's old, but he's whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Get up at 5 a.m., go out to the golf course, get done at noon, go play 18, go home, go to sleep by 4:30, do it all again the next
That's
day.
exactly right. That's a hell of a day, man.
Keep my mind busy.
Yep, you got to. You got to.
Speaking of, it is quite interesting. We'll dive into that next here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park & Go are ready for you this holiday season, and we're a week away from Thanksgiving. Everybody's going to be traveling, and then you got the Christmas holiday, winter break. People are going to be going all over the place, and so when you're flying, you need to use my friends at Park & Go because they are going to take care of all of your parking needs. Number one, every spot is covered parking, so that's awesome. So you're going to park undercover and keep your car protected while you are out of town, and then you're going to prepay when you make your reservation at bookparkandgo.com because when you prepay, you save money and get their lowest rate. And then it's all taken care of. You show up on the day of your flight, you give them that reservation number, and they'll direct you to that covered parking spot that they have reserved for you. And as soon as you get into that spot, no waiting around, the van comes and takes you right to the airport terminal, and you're good to go. When you get back, after that long trip, just grab your bags, walk outside, jump on the bus, and it's right back to the trunk of your car. And don't forget to join their frequent parker program as well, like we did, and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
Guys, you've heard of TRT, but you have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Once you start treatment, you'll wish you'd done it sooner. All the guys I know go to Synergen X and Low T Center for their TRT needs. The TRT test is free, not hundreds of dollars. The test is pure, not compounded. Guys feel full of energy, not like they're still waiting for it to kick in. So get in now for your free TRT test. No appointment necessary before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
It's time for Black Friday, Dell Technologies' biggest sale of the year. Enjoy huge savings on select PCs like the Dell 16 Plus featuring Intel Core Ultra processors. And with built-in advanced features, it's the PC that helps you do more, faster. Plus, earn Dell rewards and enjoy many other benefits like free shipping, price match guarantee, and expert support. They also have huge deals on accessories that pair perfectly with your Dell PC and make perfect gifts for everyone on your list. Shop now at Dell.com/deals.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Ready for action, basketball fans? BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, is giving players another reason to hit the court this season. BetMGM is adding extra excitement to every basket, every slam dunk, and every buzzer-beating shot with special promotions, new features, and more. Log in throughout the season to find odds boost tokens, no sweat tokens, and same-game parlay boost tokens in your account to amplify your winnings. Enjoy enhanced product features like Dark Mode 2. Log into BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA, all throughout the basketball season to see what's new. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric on the Missouri side. 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. 70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Turn recent repairs into savings. Get up to $4,500 off a new HVAC system. Stay comfortable year-round. Schedule now at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Rolling along on a Tuesday, someone on the text line said, Dusty, how you feeling today? Be honest with you, same as I was yesterday.
Your dad did tell me he was a little worried about you, though, too.
Bet, yeah.
He did. He said, Dusty's always really positive, man, and now he's, like, down in the dumps. So was he still down in the dumps yesterday? I said, yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was. Yes, I'm concerned. So your dad's concerned, man.
Yeah, I believe it. I've always been like I said, I've always been the positive guy in the family.
You were in on the Royals to the end, too.
I was.
And they don't have the winning pedigree yet that the Chiefs have, right? It's crazy. Like, the Royals didn't have that winning pedigree yet. They're getting it. But the Chiefs, obviously have the winning pedigree that we have seen for all these years.
And the Royals had the worst offense in franchise history, and Dusty's like, keep on, guys.
So, like, why were you in on the Royals to the end? But with the Chiefs now that has that winning pedigree, you kind of feel that negative energy.
Where the Royals, it was, I guess I can explain this. Where the Royals, it was different because they were showing you something you hadn't seen before. They were showing you fight. They were showing you changing the guard. They were showing you that they were going to go all in with Bobby Witt Jr. They were in it. What they do in the offseason 2 years ago, they're the most active team. Everybody in the MLB Network was going, watch out for the Royals. They made a bunch of moves. They did all this. And then the confidence that you heard from the players say that we are a playoff team this year. We're going to fight to be a playoff team. And they were in it until the end. And you had seen like a different team. So you believed in it. You believed that there was something different in the team. Salvador Perez was still him. Bobby Witt Jr. was clearly the second greatest player on the team this year, or in the big leagues this year, behind maybe Judge or Ohtani. Won the Silver Slugger, won the Platinum Glove, won a Gold Glove, was the shortstop of the year or whatever you want to call it. So basically won everything except like the main prize, MVP or whatever. So I had accepted that they were doing something different. Why I'm this way with the Chiefs is for similar reasons. We're not seeing what we've seen before. There is a difference in what we were seeing. This is a team that is 5-5 going into Week 12. This is a team that has not looked like the team of the past. And I know Mac Morey said it. This will be a top 5 offense in football. And maybe it will be when it's all said and done. There's 7 games left. There's some duds on the schedule. We've seen the Chiefs play very well against duds.
Yes, we have. Yes.
But we've not seen them play well against other teams. Last year, they were 12-0 in one-score games. This year, they're 0-5. That is a major difference to me. And we had talked about that yesterday. I brought the golf analogy. There's a couple of holes where you're like, you know what? If I just would have parred the par 5s and not doubled a couple of par 3s and been an idiot out there, I'm probably shooting 5 strokes less. Whereas like the Chiefs, if you just went 3-2, let's go back a little bit. If you just went 2-3,
right,
and those one possession games of those 5, you have 7 wins. Now I don't know. You can pick the 2. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant whether it's Buffalo, whether it's the Jacksonville game. Those 2 wins, all of a sudden you're 7-3, not 5-5. You're with the Buffalo Bills with the same record. You are more than likely a playoff team. Going into yesterday, you have a 50% chance of being a playoff team.
Yeah,
let alone winning your division, let alone being the top seed. Yes, I know Vegas still believes in the Chiefs, and a lot of you do out there, and that's fine. But from what I am seeing from this team and hearing what we heard yesterday, there are major concerns and there are signs.
Yeah, one more thing with the kind of the Royals analogy that I think is very similar. The Royals and the Chiefs the Royals were very good last year at a lot of different things, right? Really good at a lot of different things last year. The Chiefs have been pretty good at some things this year. But where the Royals struggled last year was hitting with runners in scoring position and that runner on third with less than 2 outs. They weren't able to drive those guys in. That's kind of like the Chiefs. They get down to that red zone, they throw the interception, they miss the field goal, they leave points on the field, which is what kind of the Royals were doing. They were leaving those runs out there on the field. And when you leave those points on the field and you leave those runs on the field, it makes it very difficult to go out there and win. And so I can see that kind of analogy there. But for me, I would look at the Chiefs and say they do have that winning pedigree. However, are they going to be able to continue to use that winning pedigree and move forward? Because it sure seems like after what Andy had to say yesterday, boy, there may be some discontent, if you will, out there at Arrowhead.
We're calling quite a few of the RPOs. So yesterday they were giving us opportunities to throw the football. So we utilized the opportunities there. And those things end up being as good as a run for you. We're getting 4+ yards and you go with it. And but the runs are being called. It's just, sometimes they get turned into passes in today's world. That's how it goes. So, but we're getting them in now. We have some hard runs where you just get up, line up, and go. Probably could call more of those.
Okay, I'm going to take this from the parent side of things, okay? When you want your kid to do something, don't give them options. Don't say, hey, you could either take out the trash or sit here and eat cake. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to sit there and eat cake. You have a quarterback that feels the need to throw the ball 75 yards on a dime every single time, regardless of what the situation is. You're giving him a legit option. It's called a run-pass option. What do you think that quarterback who loves that throw that ball 75 yards every single time he has it in his hand is going to do? Do you think he's going to stay in that run option, or do you think he's going to switch to that pass option? So as the head football coach, as the father, as the leader, like if I'm a dad, what I would tell my kids is take out the trash. I wouldn't give them the option of the trash and the cake. And so Andy, as the coach, has to take that away. And I love the fact that he says maybe we need to call some more hard runs here. And I would say, yes, you do need to call some more hard runs here and make sure your offense knows this is not an option. This is not, well, let me audible do a pass. This is a hard run that needs to be called. And if Andy's calling those plays and they want to run the ball and Mahomes isn't running the ball and he's throwing the ball when they should be running it, that is a major disconnect that is taking place over there at One Arrowhead Drive, and it tells you people aren't on the same page. That's what I'm inferring from that. So for me, for Andy, the leader of this team, no more options. Just say, we're running the football, and we're going to call runs, and we're going to call runs, and we're going to call runs, and not give you the option instead of taking out the trash, you eat your cake. And that's the 75-yard pass that hasn't been effective in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's some pretty big BS on Andy's part to kind of sidestep the question almost, ask him about running the ball, and then bring up RPOs. Like, you can call run plays.
Right.
And don't blame Patrick Mahomes for passing the ball on RPOs. You created the RPO.
You gave him the option.
And also the whole RPO movement and has been led by Kansas City. So don't act like you are the innovator of this and have literally taught Patrick Mahomes RPOs and why you do them and pass on them more. And so it just felt like he was kind of handing over the blame to 15 a little bit and kind of subverting it. I didn't like it. Well, didn't like the answer.
Well, to me, the logical answer is, again, as the head coach, as the boss, as the leader of that organization, sometimes you have to tell people what to do in those roles, right? And when you're winning and you give them the option and it's great and everybody does their thing, but this is when you really see who true leaders are, when things are tough. Anybody can lead when you're winning, right? It's easy to cheer and to celebrate and, pound your chest and do all this kind of stuff and all that great stuff that we love when teams are winning. But when teams are losing, it brings out the true character of who you are, and it brings out the true character of leadership when you're losing. It's easy to lead in success. It's very hard to lead now. And one of those hard decisions that Andy Reid is going to have to make, though, is, as you said, Mac, you gave him the opportunities to do these RPOs. Well, now we're at a time where, you know what, the RPO just isn't an effective way to play football against the competition. You have to say as the leader, sorry, Patrick, you don't have a chance to say anymore. We're running hard run plays like Andy said at the end. And he said that there at the end. I would expect a lot of hard run plays against the Indianapolis Colts on Sunday afternoon.
I don't know if I have a different take or one that's similar, but I wonder if we're seeing the development of the honeymoon phase ending. And again, I know I'm doom and gloom. I said the season's over. I said this team's not a playoff team. I still stand on that. And it's signs. And this is what I bring up. This is one of those signs. Because to me, Mahomes is 30 years old. And we have seen this in the past where this sort of thing kind of becomes, I guess, evident in the scene, which is at what point do you let your quarterback call the game? Right? Like, at what point in
It's a tough question.
In Verlander, Scherzer, Kershaw's career, did their manager or their catcher just say, take the ball and do your thing, right? Because, they've done it. They've proven it. They're Cy Youngs. They're MVPs. They're, World Series winners. And it's like, hey, man, at some point, and to give it back to your kid and father analogy, at some point the kid says, Dad, you don't need to be in the car with me. I know how to drive. Mm-hmm. I know the speed limit. I know what I need to do and where to go. I don't need your assistance anymore. It's not letting me be my true self. And if Chiefs fans want reference of a time where you thought it was paradise and really there was trouble in paradise was Marty and Joe. Like, there was no secret that Marty and Joe did not get along when it went south at the end because Joe was like, Marty, I'm a 37-year-old quarterback who's won 4 Super Bowls. I can call a game. And Marty goes, no. I'm calling the game. Like, we're running the ball with Marcus. So we're going to do what I want to do. And that caused a ripple in their system. And then Joe retired, obviously, after that AFC Championship game against Buffalo where he was knocked out. It was probably the end of it anyway. But there were a lot of times, going back to my father and raising me in the sports world, I remember riding around his Camry and he'd be like, he just won't let him call the plays. He just won't let him do it. And I mean, how much of that is true and evident? But Mac brings up another point.
No, I'll jump in there. After talking to guys years later that were on those teams, it's 100% true. It's 100%, especially in the postseason.
And then Mac brings up a point about how it happened in Green Bay. McCarthy and Rodgers were being talked about like Andy and Pat. Like, it was like
Bill and Tom.
Offensive mind and McCarthy, generational talent and Aaron. And then the two collided as they got older because I'm sure Aaron was like, I don't need your assistance anymore. I can do this. I know what I'm doing. I've got the accolades. I've done this long enough to where I should be able to have control. And I think hearing that lets me know that maybe the kid has grown up and he doesn't need dad anymore to try to tell him what to do. And now we're having that sort of like, are you willing to do that? Hey, I'm still here. Because everything goes through Andy. Okay?
Yeah.
Everything goes through Andy. Decisions, personnel, all of that is Big Red. He's earned it. He's deserved it. He's got the resume. I am not saying that he shouldn't, but I'm telling you right now that when a quarterback gets older and they start to become that person and develop their own, business,
personality,
that they stand on and
will.
everything like that, I think that's what's happened here. And I don't know if I'm with Mac. I did not like the audio yesterday.
Oh, I didn't either. That's why I saw that. It jumped out like turkey to me. I'm like, oh, my God.
And it's like watching a documentary for the second time, right? You start to go back or watching a show that you didn't, you haven't watched Breaking Bad the second time. And when you do, I think you eventually will, you'll go back and be like, oh, that's
right,
going to come back. And so, what I thought of is I see the Mahomes do the hand thing, like, come on.
Right.
He just wants them to get the message off, and then he's going to go in there and be like, all right, this is what they call, but I'm going to change the line because I think I see something different. And the other things that I will go into that are the signs that show that are the fact that the last 2 games, Mahomes and Andy have not been the same. Against Buffalo and against Denver, they've been off.
It's been a terrible 8 quarters. Yeah.
Then you hear that audio, and again, we're just reacting to what we hear. We could be completely wrong about this and overblowing this whole situation, but I'm just reading the tea leaves and the details in the potion that are showing me that there are reasons why this team doesn't look like that team of the past when it's basically all the same players. And we talked to Kling yesterday, right? When you have all these weapons and you hear Max say this offense should be great. Now it's like, okay, well, I want to get the ball around. I don't know what to do. And it's like you're overthinking the process, and you're also having this sort of maybe in-season battle of like, I don't like where he's going with the plays. I like what I see. I like what I call, but I don't like what he's calling. So I'm going to do my own thing because, by God, I'm Patrick Mahomes. And Andy Reid's like, well, I know what I'm doing because I'm Andy Reid.
And
both have that platform to stand on. Both have built that clout to do it. And I think that's why you see the inconsistencies, because I don't think everybody is on the same page, which would hint a 5-5 record.
Yeah, and I think also, too, with, them kind of being, not on the same page or whatever the case may be. I'm not saying that, Andy gets 100% say or Patrick gets 100% say or anything like that. But I think when you're talking about Marty and Joe and Andy and Pat, Marty had no business calling plays on offense and getting involved in the offense. He was a defensive guy.
Correct.
And you had Joe Montana, okay? Now you have Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. Those are 2 guys on the offensive side that are arguably the best at what they've ever done, right? People will say that Patrick Mahomes will be the greatest quarterback of all time. People will say Andy Reid will be the greatest head coach of all time. I believe Andy Reid will be the greatest head coach of all time when it's all said and done. And he's been doing this for a very, very long time. Patrick Mahomes hasn't. And as good as Patrick Mahomes has been, at the end of the day, we're still talking about Andy Reid. We're still talking about one of the great play callers, play designers, play innovators of our time. And I would say I would acquiesce more to Andy Reid. But again, to bring back the parent analogy in all of this is that when Andy Reid makes the decision to go run, you have to respect that as the team, and you have to run the football. And so It's going to be really fun to see, how this team comes out on Sunday, how they behave offensively on Sunday, and what I mean by play offensively on Sunday, and do their thing and see if they can get this back, because this is really, I would say, the first time in their careers in Kansas City, for the most part. Anyway, Andy at the beginning with losing playoff games, but this has been Camelot, guys, and now they're facing a rough road. Now they're facing their toughest tasks ever. And last week I said, and we'll talk more about this, that, they had the opportunity to play the most important game in the history of Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes in the regular season, and they came out and they looked like it was a preseason game. That's the way the offense looked. It looked like a preseason offense out there against the Denver Broncos. And so I think now Andy has to go in and say, guys, I've allowed you to do it your way. Now I'm the chairman of the board. We're going to do it my way.
I believe it.
Part of this is, too, Mitchell Schwartz covered it on his Twitter page. I think he said there were 7 RPOs that were thrown. 6 of them were first downs and 5+ yards. So they worked. Let's say they were runs. The run-pass splits, as he laid out in his Twitter page, would still be 42-20.
Yeah.
So it still doesn't answer the question. If those were runs, which, by the way, they didn't need to be, they worked. That's not the problem. You still would not have a good split as far as run pass is concerned. That's not the problem.
It's not the problem. You've got to keep the defense guessing. Yes. You have to keep them off balance. And when they know that you're going to pass more often than not, it's like gambling. You're going to take advantage of those odds. And if you lose and you gamble, oh, well, we lost. Big deal. Most times we're going to win. And so that's why it's not about running the football and getting thousands of yards for your running back. It's running the football, to give your defense a break, to take some time off the clock, because you go 3 and out and take 30 seconds off the clock on 3 plays. Your defense is pretty pissed off at that point in time. But it also gives you the opportunity to stay on task, to stay moving forward, to keep that defense on the other side off balance. And that's something that they're just not doing. So right now, defenses know 6 times out of 10, roughly, you're going to throw the football. We're going to pin our ears back and we're going to go. We're not even going to care about the run because you're not showing it's something that we have to respect. And until you do, we're going to continue to do what we do and continue to find ways to shut you down from an offensive standpoint.
Thought we forgot about the library. Forgot my glasses today. Need to do it. Sir. Good Lord. Hacking in the library. We start the first story off in the library today. Who's your MVP storyline that you like more? Drake May, Matthew Stafford?
I really like both.
You can only pick one.
I'm going to go Matthew Stafford just because he's been around forever, and I like to see, the guys that put in the time finally get that success. So Matthew Stafford, been in that Detroit organization for so long. I'll go with Matthew Stafford.
Same.
Easy.
I think he deserves it more.
Oh, it's a deserving award now. So Josh Allen deserved it last year. That's why he got it.
Yeah, from his play and from his, both that year and his other years. Yep.
Calm down. Who's en route for a messy ending when it comes to old veteran quarterbacks?
Lionel.
Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh or Kirk Cousins in Atlanta?
Well, Cousins has to play now. No, it's Cousins. No question.
I'll go Rodgers because they're cratering, and they're not going to make the playoffs.
They won on Sunday, right?
They did.
Yeah, big over the Bengals, but
Yep, Mason Rudolph.
Yeah.
They're getting in the Christmas spirit. Biggest surprise story so far this season, or at the end of the season? The Chiefs to miss the playoffs, or the Ravens to win the North?
Yeah, the Chiefs missing the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. No question. Yeah. Insane.
I mean, the Ravens we were talking about firing John Harbaugh. He's not going to get fired. That's my library gold voice. He's not going to get fired.
You may get traded, but
yeah.
That would be awesome.
I mean, teams are going to need coaches this offseason.
It's rough.
And I would, if I'm any team that's open right now.
Sir. A little loud. Kiss my ass. Wow. Okay, that is not appropriate. Pick your leader. Sean McVay or Mike Vrabel?
It's McVay for me. He was my first love.
This is hard.
He may be with the Giants next year. Okay. They may. He's got a soft spot for the Giants. That's how I started talking to him at the urinal. Started bringing up the Giants. His grandfather coached the Giants. He loves the Giants.
You love loud voices.
Abdul Carter and 2 first-round picks or something?
Oh, I'd absolutely do that.
Yeah, McVay. Really close, though.
McVay's going to have the MVP, but not the Coach of the Year. Vrabel's going to win Coach of the Year, but not have the MVP. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Worst enemy in the NFL. This goes to Spitters. Jamar Chase or Jalen Carter?
Jamar Chase. That was brutal.
Dude, he hawked.
I mean, that was,
big.
and then denies it. I mean, he was just, did you see how it got released yesterday?
What, the
they
spit?
released the suspension from the NFL on their wire before they even announced that he was suspended. Like, it came across yesterday, suspended.
Did you see the money he's going to miss for that game?
Oh, yeah.
How much?
$50,000 fine, $430,000 game day check.
That's $500,000 right there. Enjoy that. Hope the
Why'd you
spit
lie
was
about
worth
it?
Well, because that's what people do.
You're an
When they
idiot.
get caught, they lie. I mean, you lie all the time. Were you speeding?
You know
No.
what
You're talking about.
Were you on your phone while
Were
driving?
you on your phone while driving? No, I'm watching you.
Yes, I was calling my dad.
Bob's
With
like,
two
I didn't get it all.
thumbs.
Yeah, exactly.
You going Chase? You going Jalen Carter?
Chase. Yep.
No, we're all going Chase.
Yeah. I hate this guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Sports hate.
Yeah.
And that will conclude our library. I'm still so baffled that Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are great friends, and they're just completely opposite people.
Yeah.
Now, I get it, opposites attract, but I mean, I bring this up because Jamar Chase spit in a guy's face. I mean, hawked a Navage loogie.
Yeah. I mean, it was. Yeah. It was nasty.
And I watched that Minnesota-Chicago game because it was kind of really interesting in the witching hour, right? 9 was there for a little bit and then disappeared. And I watched McCarthy miss Justin Jefferson over the middle. And Justin Jefferson, out of frustration, does a clap like, damn it, man. Like, I was there. And then Minnesota went down the next drive and gave it to Mason for a touchdown run.
Yep.
And what got him in there was a Justin Jefferson block. And after he hit the block, Jefferson looked over his bench and he was like, that's right there, baby. Like, team player.
Yeah, that's
Then
cool.
you have Jamar Chase, which we remember last year, cost the Cincinnati Bengals the game against the Chiefs. And then in this game, just rips, dude. I mean, the nastiest lug you've ever seen in Jalen Ramsey's face. Ramsey throws a punch, gets ejected. And then it comes out, well, let's look into this. And you see Jamar Chase does his thing. And it's like, here's a guy in Justin Jefferson who knows for a fact this quarterback that they have that's going to throw him the football is not the guy. And their team is not probably going to be a playoff team. They're dwindling out this year, but yet still playing every way he can to be productive for his team. And then there's Jamar Chase.
Right.
Both are best friends. Both came from LSU, and you know you'd rather play one for the other.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and honestly, with who got spit on? Why am I blanking?
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey. Like, they should rescind his suspension, and if they took any money away for game checks or anything, it should be all given back.
I
like,
agree.
You should, and I hate saying it the way that I'm going to say
And you're
this.
sticking up for Jalen Ramsey, who's also a heel.
Yeah, but also, like, you should not be thrown out of a football game if another man spits on you. Like, you should be able to retaliate in any way possible on the field if somebody spits on you like that. That's a scumbag low life move right there.
I don't
to
know
do
what I
something
would
like
do
that.
if somebody did that to me in public. I mean,
what would you'd be
let's
first
say-
of all you'd be stunned.
Yeah, in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just like leave the restaurant. It's like, hey, Mac Morey, put that in your top 5.
Put that in your mag's bag.
Yeah, you would go AWOL. Like,
Yeah,
No,
I
I don't.
Hannah
I,
would see a side of you that she's like, I'm glad I'm marrying him.
I don't know that you would though. I think you'd be. I think you would be stunned.
I think Mac would be stunned for half a second. Then there'd be this tick that clicks in. Like,
Get bent.
Yeah.
Like if you get stunned like that, does the guy have time to get away? You know.
Yeah.
true.
So
Start running.
I don't know if you guys heard this story yesterday because I don't know if it's true, if it's AI or whatever. I saw a story yesterday that the Vikings are now taking the speakers out of the visiting locker room because apparently the Bears blared Dolly Parton's 9 to 5 for 2 hours after the game for McCarthy because he goes by 9, you know, and then he turned into number 5. And so for 2 hours after the game, they were blaring that. I don't know if that's a true story, but I really like that story, so I'm going with it.
I hope it is.
Let's hope.
I hope it is.
Coming up next, we'll get into our Tough Tuesdays here on a Tuesday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and that cool weather's moving in, that hot weather's moving out, but keep it hot in the bedroom And if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, just remember that ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies. And that's what Heartland Men's Health does. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So, if ED has been affecting your intimacy, schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider and a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
FanDuel is the #1 sportsbook for same-game parlays. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, FanDuel's the best place to combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. And right now is the perfect time to join because new customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. Head to FanDuel.com/Alex to sign up today. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Getting help is your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. The Federal Reserve just dropped interest rates again. And that means you can save even more money on your mortgage. If you've been waiting for the right time to refinance, this is it. Our customers are saving hundreds, even thousands every month. What could you do with an extra $1,000 every month? You can also pull cash out of your home's equity to pay off credit cards, do home improvements, or just get ahead. If you refinance now, you can make no payments until next year. And if your loan doesn't close, we'll even pay for your appraisal. But don't wait. Rates can rise again anytime, and they change fast.
For today's rate, call Golden Oak Lending now at 913-890-GOLD. That's 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Landing, cured my blues.
NMLS number 114937.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Missouri side 70 westbound gets heavy past Noland. Stay slow over past the 40 highway with an accident reporting. Past that, things bog down again around Prospect. Stay slow towards the Paseo with another accident there. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. They have been in business since 2012, offering residential service and project work, light commercial and router service. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back in on a Tuesday. Congratulations to those who celebrate. 2 guys in this area do.
I just want to win, Jen.
You better believe it. Tough Tuesdays. Everybody has one. So, from what I'm looking at, Bob's name's first on the list to give out our Tough Tuesday on a Tuesday on November 18th.
Yes, it is the 18th day of November of 1775, right? I'll go with Patrick Mahomes as my Tough Tuesday. He's never been in this situation in the NFL. It's the first real time their backs are against the wall. Yeah, they've had to come back in playoff games and all that kind of stuff. But this is like legitimate fighting for your life. You're in the foxhole right now, and you've got to fight your way out, right? You're not at the all-you-can-eat buffet, and, man, you got to beat somebody up there to get that last slice of prime rib from the sweaty meat carver. No, you're in a foxhole right now, man, and you're ready to go. This organization under Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes has never had a fight for their season. He's never had a fight for the season really any time in the NFL. He was down bad as he's ever been after that game on Saturday or on Sunday. Talking to Kling and hearing from people who were in that locker room, Patrick Mahomes was down bad, worse than he's ever been in the locker room. There's a lot on this guy's shoulders right now, guys, and we're going to find out what he's truly made of, what kind of leader he is, what kind of general he is inside that locker room. This is when real leadership shows, when things are tough, when you're down, when you're out. We're going to learn a lot about Patrick Mahomes over the final 7 games of this NFL season. We'll find out a lot about the character inside that locker room over these next 7 games. Are they going to embrace this challenge, or are they going to wither? And we'll see. And at the end of the day, when this season wraps up, we'll be talking about 15 and we'll be talking about Andy Reid. Those are the 2 guys that have the say in how the rest of this season goes. Tough Tuesday, Patrick Mahomes. Never really had a moment like this in his NFL career. Let's see how you respond.
It's about how the great ones respond, right? How they come
really
back
is.
from adversity.
It's how they come back from adversity. I hate to be this guy, but Tom Brady came back from a lot of games and situations and tough times and did all that kind of stuff. So did Joe Montana. If you're going to be in that GOAT category, then you need to be a GOAT. Then you need to find a way to get your team out of this malaise and get them to the postseason.
This will be another notch on the GOAT status for him. I'm excited for it.
Hero or GOAT?
Yeah.
That's what my old basketball coach, Jim Hester, used to say when we get to the free throw line at the end of practice. He'd make us run back-to-back gassers.
If you missed.
And it was, all right, pick your guy. That's how he talked. He talked like this. He was from Oakland, Michigan. Or whatever that place is called in Detroit where they have college called Oakland.
Yeah.
And he would have us run down, back, give a ball, 2 free throws, got to make it, practice over. Hero or GOAT? Here he comes.
You had to make both?
Had to make both. Whew.
Did you have a guy that could shoot?
Oh, yeah, but he could only go for once a week.
Oh.
He could only, you couldn't go twice. Everybody had to go
that
at
makes
least
sense.
once.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or else it's just, all right,
So
this
did
guy
you
does
run
it.
until...
Both shots were made.
Really?
Yep. Once if you went out there and you
know how many Karens would be at the school right now yelling at that coach for making their little boy run?
Yeah. Good thing they never met Bud Lathrop.
Oh, my God. Bud Lathrop could not coach today.
Go! Barely could coach at
Barely
99.
could coach at 99. Yeah.
Giving people the paddle.
I remember when that story came in.
Oh, yeah.
And we were on the air talking about this guy paddling players. The best part about it is he's like the winningest coach in the history of Missouri.
Turnover.
You can't even do 2-a-days now. I don't think. Yeah.
Bud Lathrop. I mean, that's such a great poll. I just love it.
Shout out Raytown, baby.
That's right, man. Like Bud Lathrop, legend. I think he's passed.
He has, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
All right. Tough Tuesday.
Michael Penix, man, this stinks. This stinks.
Brutal.
He'll be
Bud
20.
Lathrop.
He'll be 26 in May. So he was drafted at 24 years old. This was a guy who already had injury history. 2018, tears his ACL. 2019, suffers an AC joint tear. 2020, tears his ACL again. 2021, suffers an AC joint tear. So 4 years in a row, 4 injuries, and now a couple years later, another ACL tear. Could be it for him. Could
and
be
he
done.
is, what, 28?
He'll be 26 at the beginning of 2026.
So he won't play again until he's 27.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
So he's probably going to miss most of next year.
Oh, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
think so.
I guess, yeah, where he's sitting in the calendar.
6 or 7 month recovery. So, yeah, that puts you at, yeah, you're coming back maybe June, maybe.
And you're going to come back to a new head coach, new system. Oof. Yeah, tough for Michael Penix, man.
That sucks, man.
It
Like,
does.
I hate
time.
when you see an athlete that has the talent that has it taken away by injury after injury after injury.
And you know Atlanta's going to move on.
They're going to have to.
You have to.
They're going to have a new
but
coach.
who are you going to go to?
I don't know. You're going to have a new coach. You're going to have to.
You think they'll trade for Russell Wilson?
Oh, man. I think it might be done for Russell Wilson.
They've got 3 offensive players that are top 10 picks that are like in their prime. They kind of need to have a quarterback.
Well, it's kind of been the conversation with Atlanta for the better part of 30 years, I feel like. No, like, oh, they have the quarterback, then they have no weapons, then they have weapons, then they have no quarterback, then they have a defense, and then they have no offense. Like, Atlanta can't put anything together.
Yeah.
They had it in 20, whatever it was.
It sucks, too, because they're going to send our guy Raheem Morris out the door.
I know, and I really like him, man.
He's not terrible. No, he's solid.
He'll get a job. He'll just be a coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, it's worked for Vance Joseph.
Boy, has it.
Yeah, dude, for sure. My tough Tuesday goes to Pete Carroll, man. It's over. The game's past, dude. I get it. You're not in the best situation, but they put everything around you, man. Like, they went and got your guy Tyler Lockett. I know they traded Jacoby Myers. You have Brock Bowers back. You have Ashton Genty, who had, more receptions than he had carries last night, it seemed
Does
like.
he play for the Chiefs, you said?
Yeah, Ashton Genty.
It's okay to laugh, guys.
Yeah, no,
it's
fine.
okay.
Yeah. And I don't see a guy that has it. I know Geno's obviously lost it as well. He's had, I think last night, started the game, 11 touchdowns, 12 interceptions.
But that's the thing right there. They give him a lot, but they still give him Geno Smith.
The guy he wanted.
He wanted him.
The guy you brought over and let that organization pay him, 75 million buckaroonies. So, yeah, I just think it's over for Pete Carroll. I never liked the hire to begin with. I didn't think he was going to give that organization really a shot in the arm they needed. I don't know what Vegas needs.
I think
I don't know. I know it's not Pete Carroll, though.
I think the Pete Carroll hire is very similar to the Todd Haley hire here in Kansas City. They had their mindset on a bunch of other people, and they all said no, and so you were left with Pete Carroll. And you were left with Todd Haley, because that's what happened. I mean, the old story of, Shanahan, they thought they had him signed up for the job. Then he realized what Pioli was going to be like. He's like, I ain't working here. And so now you're in the middle of the hiring process, and you're like, oh, God, it's February. I'd find this guy. I know him from the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And how'd that work out?
Mm-hmm. Yep. We'll see what happens with the Vegas Raiders.
Who coached Vegas last year? Oh, it was Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, I was thinking it was still Pierce. Yep.
Yeah. Did they fired him halfway through the season?
I don't think he made it to the end of the year.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't think he did. And then Rich Bisaccia was in the interim. He was him, Tom Cable.
That was
Art
a couple
Shell.
years ago, right? Bisaccia.
Most of these guys with the Raiders have been there 2-3 times.
Yeah, because Bisaccia was the guy there a couple years ago. They actually were winning behind, and
That's
they
right.
went and got Pierce.
That's what it was. They got rid of Rich Bisaccia for Antonio Pierce. They almost won a playoff game that year. No, they did win a playoff game that year.
No.
They didn't win a playoff game
They almost
that year?
beat Cincinnati.
Okay, that's
they came back.
I thought there was a game that they had to win to get to beat Cincinnati.
But you're talking about the Chargers and Raiders last regular season game where they were going to tie and both make the playoffs. And the Raiders at the end were like, screw you, let's win.
Yeah, because Brandon Staley called a timeout.
Yeah.
And then Rich was like, dude, we had an agreement going into this game that we were going to just tie it out and both make the playoffs. Now that you call that timeout, F you, dude.
Yeah,
Watch this. And
right.
Derek Carr went down there and got him into the playoffs.
Yeah, they had
That's
Bisaccia,
right.
then McDaniels.
Yeah. Joshy Mack.
Yeah.
Joshy Mack. See, if he can get back into the game, so can Raheem Morris.
Yes, exactly.
Sunshines and rainbows. Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs. Comparison on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers #2 are saying, hey, you want to do something fun? You want a great, rewarding career? You want to do something with your life that's awesome? Then come work for the Sheet Metal Workers Union right here in Kansas City. And you're thinking to yourself, well, what do the sheet metal workers do? Well, I'll tell you, one of the coolest things they do are architectural sheet metal. All the members, they love doing great things around Kansas City, and that's what they do. They build great things around Kansas City. The sheet metal workers have done the top of Bartle Hall, the Kaufman Performing Arts Center, the Crown at Kaufman Stadium, and so many other projects around our great town. And they're saying, hey, we're ready for you. And so if you're thinking about a career change, maybe you're getting ready to graduate and you don't know exactly what you want to do, but you love working with your hands, then maybe the pre-apprenticeship program at the Sheet Metal Workers Union is for you. $24.55 an hour to start, $27.27 an hour after 3 months, and family health coverage at no cost to the employee. They welcome everyone at Smart Local 2, from seasoned professionals to those with no experience, and they'll give you career training, job security, and a path to advancement, all while giving you the tools and support you need. So check them out now at sheetmetal2.org. That's sheetmetal2.org.
Hi, I'm John Ray, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. When you buy an engagement ring or fine jewelry gift from Shane Company, you get more than what you paid for. Our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive free lifetime warranty. It covers everything. There's no fine print. You'll get unlimited cleanings, resizings, and repairs. Plus, it even protects your engagement ring's center stone. We stand behind the quality of our jewelry, and that's our gift to you this holiday. Peace of mind. Because a friend knows the best things in life are free. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. I've spent a lot of Sundays right here playing in front of the best fans in football. And now it's almost your turn to get in the game, because DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to the Show Me State on December 1st. Soon you'll get fast payouts when you win, a safe and secure app that's easy to use, and promos that keep the action going all season long. It's America's top-rated sportsbook app. New customers can sign up right now and score $300 in bonus bets on launch day, December 1st.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers, sign up today and score $300 in bonus bets once we're live. That's code 965. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just 1 cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers, and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 a monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you can trust with your house keys. Anthony, plumbing, heating, cooling, and electric. Missouri side 70 westbound should be avoided. Very heavy from before Lee Summit Road. Just crawls at best out past 40 Highway with an accident. You're down to just the right lane getting by. Turn recent repairs into savings. Get up to $4,500 off a new HVAC system. Stay comfortable year-round. Schedule now at AnthonyPHCE.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows, shorts, and clips. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Nine days away from Thanksgiving. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
I know. I was thinking about that this morning driving in.
Beans, greens, tomatoes, yams, drams, turkeys. You need it.
9 days.
That's right, baby.
Less than 9 days.
I got my Friendsgiving on Saturday. I love it.
Nice.
Bring over the wine, get all the ladies warmed up. That way their husbands are like, what did you do to my wife? She's such a happy mood. I'm like, Pinot Noir. It's secured everything.
Kim Crawford.
There it is.
No,
that's the Joko mom juice.
You're right.
Do you know Kim Crawford's actually a man?
Today I learned that.
Yeah, I
Really?
learned that a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, about a year ago, I guess now. But yeah, Kim Crawford's actually a man.
Wow.
And all the Joko housewives drink that Kim Crawford juice, man.
Finkel and Einhorn.
Yeah.
Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel and his Einhorn.
Every Joko mom you see with a Stanley has Kim Crawford in it.
I gotta have food. I gotta make money to give you food. Einhorn's a man. I'm sorry. I had no life as a child. I watched sports and movies on repeat. I didn't watch the documentary Four Falls, but your friend Ben, boy, did he sent you a hell of a comparison.
He really did, and I thank him for this. First of all, my friend Ben Warner, his wife, Mrs. Warner, was my kid's kindergarten teacher, and she's one of those people, I will never call her by her first name. I don't even know what it is. And Ben's stepfather passed away the other day at 103 years old. It was a guy we were talking about the other day on the air, right? Yeah, so Ben, has some ties to Buffalo, and he was watching the Four Falls of Buffalo, and he says, oh my God, you've got to use this. This is unbelievable. From Steve Tasker they're talking about halftime of the fourth straight Super Bowl in which the Bills were leading during that run.
At halftime of that game, it really felt like there was nothing left in the tank after all those games, 100 games. We were games where we were playing 5 preseason games, 16 regular season games, 3 playoff games, and a Super Bowl. I mean, we're playing 20, 25 games a year. We just could not keep the intensity up for one more half.
It's kind of like by this point, you're waiting for something bad to happen, and then if it does happen, it's almost as if you've predicted it.
So that was from Steve Tasker at halftime of the fourth straight Super Bowl that the Buffalo Bills were in which they were leading. We couldn't keep up the intensity anymore. And we've said that over the years, that watching this team play into the postseason every year has been great, but they've added an extra year on to their lives, right? They, instead of playing 8 years in the NFL, they played 9 years in the NFL because of all the postseason games. What is Mahomes, 17-4 or something like that in the postseason? That's 21 postseason games. That's more than an entire season by 4 games right now with where the NFL is. And so Patrick Mahomes plays 16 regular season games, 17 regular season games every year. Now you get only 3 preseason games, but that's still, you add the extra regular season, you got 3, that's 20 right there. Then you got 3 playoff games, including the Super Bowl, sometimes a 4th, 23, 24 games. It's a lot of football. And I know people don't want to hear this, but when the Chiefs have been playing in February every single year, every other team in the NFL, except for their opponent, has been off for a good month already. And they've got that month of rest that is already taking place. Eventually, it all catches up to you. And I remember when the Royals did their thing in 14 and 15 and just how exhausted they were by the time 16 rolled around. And they talked about 15. They're like, we're lucky we did this because you played that extra month of a baseball season. You're playing into November. Everybody's already done at the end of September. You've played that extra month. They're resting. You're still playing and grinding. And we're not talking about, low-intensity innings or, low-intensity quarters with the Chiefs. All high-intensity type games, eventually you tap out. Eventually your body just says, uncle, man, uncle. And to hear Steve Tasker say they had that moment at halftime of their final Super Bowl of a game that they were leading, It goes to show you how real this fatigue thing is. And I do believe it is finally playing a part in what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing right now, which, goes to show you that maybe, just maybe, they should be doing a lot more roster turnover than just a little that they're doing. And considering all of these guys have played so much, they need a break. And maybe instead of saying, and I'm just going to use him as an example, Trey Smith is in year 3. Trey Smith is now in year 4, getting ready to go into year 5 with as much time as they've had on their legs. And so maybe it would be best this offseason to seriously consider getting guys that haven't run this gamut for so long that are a lot fresher than the guys that we had. I'm not saying better. I'm saying fresher than the guys that we have right now on this team. So maybe that was something that everybody missed in roster reconstruction and factoring in the actual fatigue that these guys are living with at this point in time.
Yeah, look, that's fine. I get it. But, I mean, they've been doing this for 8 years.
That's why it's finally setting in. The fact that they've been doing it for 8 years is effing remarkable, quite honestly.
Yeah, I wonder if it's, I just always have to do analogies because I listen to too much Colin Cowherd. I wonder if it's like you've had your garden for 8 years and first 5, you got your system, you're doing all this, you're doing all that, and you started your garden off with a couple pepper plants, a couple tomato plants, a couple potato plants, and they all kind of grow in the way that you know it's going to. Every year you know when the harvest is. You know when everything's going to be there. You know when it's ripe. You know when to tear it down. You know when to till it. You know when to do all that. And then years 6 and 7 and 8, you're like, you know what? I'm going to try to grow eggplant. I'm going to try to grow squash. And then all of a sudden, your garden's got too much going on for you yourself. And you're like, I miss the days of when it was on a system that I knew how it was going to be, and I didn't have to worry about all these little things. And I wonder if that's what's going on with Kansas City. I wonder if they've got too much going on, and I think no matter what happens, you've got to tinker with some things on your team. You need to figure out what the identity is of this football team. You need to figure out what's going on personnel-wise, and you need to figure out what's going on with play calling. Because we know it's Andy Reid calling the plays, and then we hear the audio yesterday from Andy Reid about, well, we're calling RPOs, well, that's okay, but what's Pat doing? So I think now
Pat's taking the option that you're giving him, which is what anybody would do.
Yes, but I think that's what we're seeing happen is that maybe they've decided to experience, like they're trying to do more than what they should. And they've got to go back and they've got to tinker with it because Binkley sent me a text yesterday after the show. He's like, it's the same ride, but they've got to tinker the ride a little bit. That ride is now boring, right? Like,
yeah, it is, yeah.
Add a loop, add a turn, add a something because whatever you're doing, because you were Chris Jones yesterday. On 3rd and 15 with 2 minutes left in the game, Denver knew it was coming.
No, they knew it was coming. That's what we talked about, predictability yesterday.
We saw Buffalo come out and say they knew when they were going to do run plays and pass plays because they saw Xavier Worthy tipping pitches. They're not disguising much.
Well, they're not doing anything different. They're not changing things up. They're doing the same show every day.
So whereas you can say it's fatigue, which I'm not disagreeing with you when it comes to fatigue, but I also think what they're doing is stale and recognizable because they've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
So when you have tired people and you have alive eyes around the league, and it's not just Buffalo, it's Denver as well, 2 teams that play you a lot every single year, one twice, once also probably twice. They now know what you're doing, and you're not adjusting to the league, and you're being predictable, and then you add on fatigue. That's a bad recipe, and that recipe equals into a 5-5 record.
It reminds me when my kids get tired. My youngest gets tired, and she just starts talking and does not stop. And my wife said to me last night when we were sitting at Paropo's and your dad was hanging out with us, she goes, clearly she's tired. She won't shut up. Just goes, and then crashes, right? That's kind of what we're watching, with this team. They've been going, and now they've kind of reached that point where there is fatigue. There is questions with the play calling. There is wondering of things that we've never wondered about before, and we're in a situation that we've never been in before. That's why I'm anxious to see how they're going to come out of this thing, right? Are they going to be that team that we know, or are they going to let the season just dissipate right in front of them and just check out and say, we've come this long? And as we took that caller yesterday, he goes, I don't want Travis to go out like this. And that's where my mindset was for the most part yesterday. I was thinking about driving in on this morning and about the Christmas Day game. And we're all going to the Christmas Day game, and we're all excited about that in our house. And I'm thinking to myself, what if this team is out of it, nobody shows up, and it really is Travis's last game at Arrowhead Stadium, and there's only 65,000 there instead of 75,000 because the season got away from them? I don't want that to be the case. I want Christmas night to be a party and a celebration of Travis Kelce and this team getting ready to go into the postseason. And so it's going to take the leadership on this team. This is where Patrick Mahomes cashes a check. This is where Chris Jones cashes a check. This is where Andy Reid cashes a check. You've got to try to compartmentalize all this stuff and give it that one last push. Give it that one last push that we know you can do, that we know that's inside of you, but you've got to be able to go out there and do it. And everything that we have said in this last 10 minutes is right. Trying to maybe find their identity, trying to do too much, and the fatigue thing setting in as well. And then the stuff that you're doing isn't working, the fatigue sets in, and then you do become that child who just sputters out and passes out in the middle of the room because they're exhausted. And I think that's kind of where this team is right now. They're trying to do too much, and they're exhausted. They need a break.
You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL and CBS and Paramount Plus with your local NFL game all season long, kicking off this juicy Week 12 matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Dane Hughes on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, in today's real estate market, you need somebody that's going to be on your side, right? And that person that's going to be on your side is the person who's been on my side is Dawn Sharp. She's been my friend, and I'll tell you what, she can do a great job for you when it comes to the real estate business. If you want to sell your house and you want to get that thing sold right away, then Dawn Sharp is the call for you. Because if your home's been on the market without success, an expired listing can feel frustrating, but it doesn't have to be the end of your journey. The Sharp Homes team specializes in turning things around, and they can give you options. If you want to skip the showings and open houses and go straight to sold, contact them to discuss their instant offer program. In fact, contact the only agent I would trust if I needed to sell my home. It's Dawn Sharp with the Sharp Homes team, brokered by Epic Realty. And you can check them out simply on Google, Sharp Homes team. That's Sharp Homes team, and start packing.
Step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be, with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more. They'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best-dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or NewtonJames.com. Elevate your wardrobe. Elevate your presence only at Newton James.
250 years ago, a promise was made to connect families and friends near and far. And during the holidays, that promise is more important than ever. That's why USPS is building a better network to meet your needs, with timely deliveries, easy and affordable ways to ship, and everything you need to make your season full of holiday cheer. Our purpose is delivering your peace of mind, knowing your love will arrive, bringing joy to all. The United States Postal Service. Learn more at USPS.com/holidays.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
Landman, TV's biggest phenomenon, returns to Paramount Plus. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
You have to know the rules of the game and bend them, and you really have to know them to break them.
Demi Moore.
I want success. Get it for me.
Andy Garcia, Ali Larter, and Sam Elliott.
You don't even know the game you're playing, do you?
Landman, new season, now streaming, only on Paramount Plus.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound, a big mess with an accident past 40 highway, just the right lane getting by. Solid delays coming in from 470, just crawling along. You should avoid this. Heading in Olathe, 35 northbound starts to slow at Old 56 Highway. Stays slow up to 119th Street with 2 accidents reporting. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
You hear him on game days in the booth.
Quickly, they get chunky and funky with stretching the fields vertically.
And Thursday nights at 6 during Players Only.
Spitfire, hot fire take.
Here's Chiefs Radio Network color analyst Danon Hughes on your new home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
That's right. Best part of Tuesdays, Danon Hughes joins the show that we call Fescoe and Dusty, and it is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue. Brought to you by Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Danon, I want to ask, should Tyquan Thornton be the wide receiver 2 in this offense?
I don't know about that. I mean, I think there should be maybe a little bit more of a rotation and maybe get him more involved in vertical passing games that aren't just the deep pass. I feel like scouting reports are out and you get into predictable situations, but I give him credit for still making those plays. But, yeah, maybe a little bit more involved, get him out there on run plays as well. You're trying to break up tendencies and scouting reports. You just don't want to rotate a guy in when you're in desperation mode or it's 3rd and long and, here's number 80 on the field. They must be trying to go deep type of thing. So I do agree he's made the best of his opportunities and he deserves more playing time. I just don't want them to get into predictable situations that can tip the scales to the defense.
Well, they're already in those situations, my friend. I mean, a lot of people have been talking about the predictability of this team. How do you change that up?
I would have thought that the bye week would have done a lot for that because we talked about this last week in regards to self-scouting, et cetera, and I just don't know. I mean, I thought during the game, one of the more peculiar sequences was, I believe it was 3rd down and 2, where they had the L formation in the backfield, and Patrick had play action, and we couldn't convert. They tried to leak Brashard Smith out to the right on a flat route. I thought that was pretty peculiar because with Brashard Smith in the backfield and play action, I don't know how that goes together because we're not really handing him the ball. So, like, those are the situations where you would think, okay, the bye week was here. We learned a lot about ourselves. Here are some things that we need to do. Either we need to hand him the ball more so that we can run play action, or we need to have Kareem Hunt in the game so that people will buy into the possible play action. So I just think that there's some fine-tuning. I mean, there's so much parity in the league, and I did some deep diving into the NFL and specifically the Chiefs during Patrick Mahomes' era as far as close games, guys. And I did see last week where people were talking about this team is not better than last year. It's actually the same. It's not better or worse. It's the same as last year, except for a couple of plays in every game. And those plays that were made to the tune of us winning 12 one-score games last year, and 8 one-score games the year before, and 10 one-score games the year before. Going back to 2018, we were 5-5, 5-4, 9-1 in 2020, 6-4, 10-3 in 2022, 8-5, and 12-0. And this year we're 0-5 in those same one-score games. And then you look at the parity around the league, and not to throw out a bunch of numbers just for the sake of it, but it is par for the course. 9 one-score games out of 15 games this weekend, 8 last weekend out of 14, 9 out of 14 the weekend before that. That's just the name of the game. Sometimes I think as fans, we get in the mindset of, well, we're better than, we should blow out. That just doesn't happen. This is not college football. It's not high school football. It's the pros. And we're just not figuring out ways to make that 1 or 2 plays that will keep us in a situation of winning like it did last year. 3rd and 15. 3rd and 15 defensively. Go back to that, to the same circumstances against the Jacksonville Jaguars earlier this season. The same situations against the Chargers and the Eagles earlier this season. Like there's nothing new under the sun, I guess you can say, in regards to the parity in the league, and specifically when we're not making those plays. And that's where I think the eyes need to go towards the effort as opposed to the execution. I think there's always a healthy balance between the two, but when you start losing these games, oftentimes it comes down to, okay, they may know what we're doing. Okay, now what? What extra effort is going to happen so that even though they know we're going to make the plays, we still make the plays despite that. And I don't know if all of that is coming together.
Dane, and I don't know if it seems hyperbolic. Maybe it is. Do you think there's a little bit of trouble in paradise with who's in control of calling the game between Andy and Patrick?
It's hard to say. I mean, honestly, it's hard to say. I think there's always been examples of, okay, was that a little bit too cute? Did we try a little bit? Like, we can go back to that AFC Championship when we lost against the Bengals. We can go back to games, and specifically you look back, okay, inside the 5-yard line. Okay, how come we're not running the ball? Or, I just don't know. I think here's the one thing I do think. When everything's going well, we don't criticize. Last year, we were just thankful because we kept winning, and this team must be made of magic. They must be in line to make history. And maybe we overlook some of the things that are more glaring right now, and because we're losing games, we can see it. We got more clear vision in regards to what's happening on the field. I thought it was interesting, Chris Jones's post-game comments. I wouldn't say disturbing, but just interesting, because I feel like that's indicative of some failures that are going on. And what I mean by that is when you start talking about the other team knowing what we're doing, okay. Like, I feel like there's probably hundreds of examples of the other team knowing what we're doing and yet we were successful. I think every time Chris Jones is one of the more versatile athletes at the defensive line position that we've seen in the game. You see him line up at the defensive tackle position, and then there are times where he rotates outside to the defensive end position. When he rotates to the defensive end position, don't you think that the other team knows that he's going to rush? Like, they know that, and yet there's been times when he's been successful. There's been times where he's closed down games because he was able to execute, and he gave 110% effort. So, that's when you start to hear some of that stuff from the players and leaders, that starts to kind of puzzle me, because I think at that level, offenses know what defenses are doing. Defenses know what offenses are doing probably 75% of the time or more. And yet you got to go out there and execute. And even though they may have you stopped initially, that's where the extra effort comes through. And it doesn't seem like that's working for us.
So on the effort thing, I want to bring up something that I found from Steve Tasker the other day on the Four Falls of Buffalo. And he's talking about halftime of the fourth straight Super Bowl that they're in. And I want to get your perspective on this audio and see how it correlates to what you just talked about.
At halftime of that game, it really felt like there was nothing left in the tank after all those games, 100 games. We were games where we were playing 5 preseason games, 16 regular season games, 3 playoff games, and a Super Bowl. I mean, we're playing 20, 25 games a year. We just could not keep the intensity up for one more half.
It's kind of like by this point, you're waiting for something bad to happen, and then if it does happen, it's almost as if you've predicted it.
Danon, what do you think about that in relation to the Chiefs?
You know what? That is great perspective. I can see how that works. When you play the most football of any team in the NFL, you have to wonder, okay, well, is there some attrition that happens? What is the dynamic that goes into maybe not being fatigued, but figured out maybe, or lack of extra gas in the tank that got you to that point? I think there's some credence to that. But having said that, I will say that the opposite can be true as well. Like, the opposite can be true in regards to, say, this team. We get to the point every year where we get close games and we wind up winning. More times than not. I just gave you the stats from 2018. More times than not, we win close games. I feel like there's times on the sideline, and I remember this as a player, playing with Joe Montana, having 13-3 seasons, winning the AFC West and number 1 seeds in the playoffs, where we would get into tight games and you'd sit there and be like, yeah, we'll figure it out. And then you look up at the scoreboard and you're like, oh man, we didn't figure it out. And then the next game comes, and because you're so used to figuring it out, to the tune of 12 wins last year, like just taking this team and supplanting them with last year's record and last year's success. Like, you're on the sideline, and as the game is going back and forth, and you're up by 3, the other team's up by 4, you're back up by 3, the game is tied. You're conditioned in your mind because of recent success that, oh, we'll figure out a way to get out of this. We always do. And then you lose the first game. You lose the second game. You have your 3rd loss, 4th loss, and now 5th loss. And you're looking around like, what in the world is going on? Now, it could be what like Tasker was talking about, or it could be that guys aren't in the same zone in regards to those close games and what's necessary when the rubber hits the road, when it's under 2 minutes, what is absolutely necessary from me, not from our defense, from me. What's absolutely necessary from me, not the whole offense, not the play calling, but from me individually, so that we can get over the hump, get this necessary first down, secure this win, sustain this long drive, and steal a victory right out of the hands of defeat.
Danon, the road to the play. No, I totally agree with you, man, because I'll get back to some of the questions why I asked you, but the road to the playoffs, 5-5, 9th seed. You got teams that you play that you can jump, like Houston, obviously, the Chargers as well. What say you, and do you believe that this team is still a playoff team?
I do believe this team is a playoff team. I think that if you are 500 at 5-5 and you've lost all 5 games by 1 score, that tells you that you are right on the cusp of something special. And that, to me, is the definition of being a playoff team, a playoff caliber team. Having said that, like now we're like, even during the pregame show, Josh Klingler and I, we even talked about it before the Broncos game. Like, this is the first year where how we are like intently looking at the scoreboard, like playing that afternoon game, and how intently we're watching the 12 noon games, and then hustling off the plane to see who won the night games, and like this is a whole unique circumstance. This is uncharted territory for us as Chiefs fans for recent years. Now, having said that, I think from a numbers game, you have to feel like you have to go 6-1, at worst 5-2 the rest of the way. You also have to start to cheer for every number 1 team in their divisions in the AFC, except when we play them.
Right.
And if we win, if we go 6-1, we almost, and I hate to say this because I have obnoxious, very, very obnoxious Dallas Cowboy fans in my family. We actually, if we're 6-1, the game we have to lose is the Cowboys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to win that's the only NFC game we have left.
Right.
We have to win, as you mentioned, the Texans, the Colts. We have to beat the Broncos and the Chargers, obviously, and win in the AFC. So 6-1, 5-2 at worst. And then you have to hope that the Patriots pretty much win out. Maybe maybe Buffalo. You can make an argument since they got the tiebreaker. You don't want to be in a situation where they're second in the AFC East. So maybe they supplant the Patriots because you don't play the Patriots this year. And then outside of this week, you want the Colts to win out. And then you just run the table and control what you can control in these final stretch of 7 games. But this is such a unique thing. I had to check, then overcheck, then recheck again. Like, am I looking at this correctly? Because this is something that other teams have had to do every year when we're sitting atop. And now we're in that same boat.
Dan, there's so much to talk about, and Dusty brought it up earlier about the running of the football and maybe some kind of strain on paradise right now here in Camelot that we have going on. And Andy Reid said yesterday, we call the RPOs, and a lot of times the R's turn into P's. And then he said at the end, he goes, maybe we just need to call some more hard runs. And I look at that as as the leader of the organization, it's great to give everybody the opportunity and give Patrick the freedom out there. But sometimes as the leader of the organization, you have to say, okay, we've allowed you guys to do this now. I'm going to take the play calling back and call those hard runs and not give Patrick the option. Because if you give Patrick the option, of course he's going to throw the football. That's all he wants to do.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, when you have the option and you're a quarterback and you're the best in the game and you've had the success that you've had as Patrick Mahomes, you believe that the ball is better served to be in your hands.
Right.
I think that's human nature. That's nothing to criticize him about. You just believe it. But at the same time, there could be some benefits for it not being in your hands, especially at times. Like, I think back to the fourth quarter and we're tied, or actually we were up, and an opportunity to suck up the clock, even if you don't move into a position to score points and secure the game, take as much time off the clock and move the ball down the field. Now, that can still be in the passing game. It doesn't have to be the run game, but then it has to be calculated as to what type of passes that you throw. What outlet or what receiver are you looking at? Are you looking at the receivers outside the numbers? That's going to be, a potential deflection or incomplete pass that stops the clock? Or do you look for the safety valve in the middle of the field where the running back or the tight ends or receivers can stay inbounds and the clock continues to run? Those are the things that I think, like, we can get caught up in actual runs, but there are pass plays that work like runs as well that we've seen this offense produce in the past. So I do agree that we need to run the ball more. I think we need to be calculated in when we run. And sometimes, just like the get-back guy, you guys know who the get-back guy is?
Yeah.
The get-back guy is the guy on the sideline that keeps all the players and the coaches. He didn't do a good job with Sean Payton
Not with
last
Denver,
week, obviously.
no. Yeah, he should be fired.
Yeah, they must not have one of those guys. But there's a get-back guy on the sideline that keeps everybody behind the white stripe, so you don't have a situation like the Broncos had where the official runs in to a coach or a player and you get a flag. Maybe there's a guy like that says, hey, coach, like this next series, we're going to start with 2 consecutive runs. And he's going to be in the ear of the coach or in the ear of Patrick saying, we're going to run the ball on this down and this down. No questions asked. We're going to run the ball. I don't care if we get a negative play. I don't care, whatever that is. And maybe it comes down to that where there's that, like the great Gazoo from the Flintstones back in the day. There's that guy, there's that conscience on the shoulder or in the ear of the coaches saying, this is a run play. Choose which one you want.
Mm-hmm.
I like the formation with Patrick under center and Kareem Hunt 6-7 yards deep in that I formation, and he's running downhill and gets to plant his foot and cut back against the grain or go into the first gap, into the first hole that he sees. That has been the most successful run formation that we've had. I'd like to see that more, and I think they just need to force feed it.
Yes, exactly. That's where I am, because until you show teams that you're going to run, I don't care what your RPO is. Nobody respects that. You've got to show them that you're going to run.
That's exactly what the takeaway from this last game was, and I think there was some whispers about this team. They say, well, even if they're successful running the ball, they're not going to stick with it. Like that seemed to kind of be the scouting report that you heard from the Denver Broncos, and that's probably going to permeate around the NFL, specifically in these last 7 teams that we play. Even if they run the ball well, they won't stick with it. So then defenses, they'll give up the 5 yards, the 7-yard clip, and you move in the chains because they know chances are a high chance that you're going to throw the ball the next down. So they're just going to leave the same type of personnel, stay with the same game plan, the blitz plan, the packages that are designed to conquer our passing game, and we've got to be more diligent and more forceful with the run game.
Danon, real quick, last one for you. How do you feel about the game on Sunday?
Must win at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium against an AFC foe. Obviously, personally, I've had some bad experience with the Indianapolis Colts. We've had some bad experiences with the Colts. Backs are literally against the wall. Literally against the wall. Mitch Holthus talked about it going into this past game that it wasn't necessarily must win against the Broncos. Well, now it is.
All right. Danon, we appreciate the time.
Or mildew.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, buddy. I appreciate the time, brother. We appreciate you every week. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys.
Thanks, bud. Hey, have a good Thanksgiving. 1 plate, because we're off next week.
Yeah, 1 plate. It's always 1 plate. I'm a one-hit wonder, guys.
Yes, sir. That's Danon Hughes, brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. Discover the benefit of blue, and also brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. You're familiar with the 1 plate, Danon Hughes? Okay.
Yes.
You were here last year. So
yeah.
Just want to make sure. You'll see it every year on Twitter.
You can't check it out on Twitter, though, because it's down. Parts of the internet are now officially down. There's something called, what was that, Cloudflare or something that popped up?
Woo!
It's that classic Cloudflare, yeah.
Yeah, according to the interwebs, that isn't down.
To be the net, you got to beat the net.
Yeah. Part of the web appears to have stopped working amid a technical problem at Cloudflare. Visitors to websites such as X and film reviewing site Letterboxd saw an orange message that indicated Cloudflare problems, meaning the page could not show. So
it's not cloudy anymore outside.
I know. They're blaming the clouds. The sun is out. Let's go, Twitter. The internet's down.
Mac's not down. Mac's up next with one word. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear from ESPN's Nate Taylor every Thursday at 8:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying. Hey, call us and we can help you feel better. That's right. We can help you feel feel better. And we're not going to do it with surgery or downtime or scalpels or pills or anything like that. We're going to do it naturally. What if feeling better in all of your joints could come from you? QC Kinetics taps into your own body's regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair damaged tissue, reduce inflammation, and relieve pain at its source. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. And for Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back to our heroes. Vets will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-veteran who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's a great time to book your free consultation with appointments available on Saturday. So call QC Kinetics now and get that freedom back. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone with QC Kinetics.
Dane and Hughes here. I've seen a lot of stat lines in my playing days, but these numbers, they caught my attention. Flight by Yingling, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, and all the crisp, refreshing flavor you want in a light beer. It's brewed by the oldest brewery in America, so you know it's got some serious history behind it. If you're into stats and taste, you're gonna love this beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer and the official beer of Dane and Hughes. DG Yingling & Son, Pottsville, Pennsylvania.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Target brings more taste, more flavor, and more deals to your Thanksgiving table. Save big on affordable holiday crowd pleasers, like select elevated sides and appetizers from Good & Gather for only $4.99. Favorite day pies for a sweet finishing touch, also just $4.99. And don't forget, great tasting turkey for only 79 cents a pound. So many cravings, so many ways to save. Step into the holidays and elevate your Thanksgiving today. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 northbound, gets heavy at Shawnee Mission Parkway and stays very slow all the way up towards Mission with an accident that's keeping things slow. On the Missouri side, you're slow 70 westbound from 23rd Street into downtown with an accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. One word on a Tuesday, baby. Yeah, it's going up.
Yes.
Let's go.
Tonight is the night. Come on.
I know that I'm hard. Hopefully your Cloudflare doesn't mess you up.
I know. I hope Cloudflare does not keep me from having fun tonight. Is your Cloudflare down still?
I don't know, but the text line knows all about it.
Oh, do they?
Really? I'm sure they do. Yeah, well, we probably got IT guys that are listening. Yeah, I'm dealing with this today.
That's true.
Centric grad here. Cloudflare is basically a streamlined content delivery system at the most companies use to get their content over the web. If you remember a few weeks ago, AWS went down, kind of similar situation.
Oh, okay. All right. But it's really only Twitter. Everything else seems to be working, which I'm fine with.
You see Twitter yesterday released this report. It's like, reports come out that Grok is the smartest AI. Oh, really? Twitter's telling me that Grok is
right.
the wow.
Yeah, that's
nice. What a good source.
I heard Grok retired.
Yeah, fake news there.
Grok's washed.
Let me ask you guys this. Yeah, Grok is washed. Speaking of washed, who's the only one who scored a touchdown this week on that entire board?
Dude, it's you, Bob. Bobby Betts, Travis Kelce.
Well, Speck had Russell Wilson.
He really did?
No, it was Roman Wilson or whatever.
Oh, it was?
Roman's the guy who scored it for
Roman
Baser.
Wilson.
I'm going to take Roman Miller this week to get a touchdown for Baser. I should actually put that on the board this week. I think Roman Miller has a great chance to get into the end zone.
That's not really what you need right now because the feds are actually looking into gambling, and I think if high school was on the docket and your name's there, it'll be the Mac and Dusty show. If that's the case. Don't bet on high school kids.
I can't do that. I can't bet on the high school kids.
But if you want to give me 10, I'll create some odds.
Yeah, right, exactly. What were we talking about? There's this internet being down. So it feels like it just is Twitter that is down.
Literally.
Yeah.
I can look up anything. I've not had any issue.
Thanks.
Cloudflare basically runs Twitter.
Is Adam Schefter freaking out right now?
It's got to be.
Gotta be. There's so much news being released on a Tuesday with nothing happening.
I mean, Schefter right now is calling he's probably calling the president or something. You know.
Meanwhile, Kyle Brandt's on a rooftop chugging liquid death,
which is awesome. and that's why he's the best. He really is. I mean, it's why it works, man. Exactly. Yeah. This guy does not care if Twitter's working. He does not care about anything. I really love Kyle Brandt, and he's got a cardboard cutout of somebody. I can't tell who it is. Slamming liquid death on a rooftop in New York in a T-shirt with a bat basically in his hand for angry runs.
And angry runs wand.
Yeah, well, wand. I couldn't think of the word that I wanted to use for it. And everybody else is like, Twitter isn't working, and Kyle Brandt is beating up a cardboard cutout of some guy in a suit.
It's his Juan Soto.
There you go. All right, let's get to it, guys. No Kalen Saunders signing. It looks like he's got interest from other teams. He did tweet something along the lines of yeah, I tried. Maybe next year you got to talk to the front office. Wish the fans were the front office. Kalen Saunders not going to be a Chief, it looks like. One word.
So,
is he Bink or Blink?
Yeah, what is that? Bink Saunders?
Bink, yeah.
He stole it from Jay?
He's stealing Jay's name?
Yeah, I don't know. He's always been Bink on Twitter. I don't know why.
I mean, this goes back to the guy's name, so everybody wants him here. He was cut by the Saints, for God's sakes. I mean, and then nobody else has signed him. And I don't care if Chris Jones says he wants him. I really don't care what Chris Jones has to say about the roster anymore.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, man, he'd probably help. I wouldn't hate it. I mean, his tweet was, like you said, it was kind of weird. He's like, I did everything I could, guys. Sorry. And it's like, I think it works for the Chiefs, but I think the Chiefs have bigger problems right now than going and get a free agent defensive lineman.
That was cut by the Saints. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the cut by the Saints part. That's just the Saints.
Probably roster, yeah.
Yeah, and they're
money,
like, hey, you go sign somewhere else. We'll help you out.
Good players don't get cut. They just don't. And
we just signed Mike Pennell, and you loved it. And that was by the Bengals.
Because he never should have been cut this offseason by the Chiefs. He never should have been cut in training camp. It was a bad decision by the Kansas City Chiefs, and they tried to rectify that decision, right? So that like Mike Pennell never should have been cut. Ever should have been cut this training camp.
Somebody says Bink Saunders is signed with the Jets.
Signed with the Jets.
Oh, did he? Good.
That's too bad.
Well, they got him.
That is too bad.
Aaron Glenn's like, this will fix it.
That's right. Can you play quarterback?
Because the guy they just got rid of was absolutely destructive for Dallas last night.
Yeah.
Quinnen Williams is balling, dude.
Did you guys see the video of Quinnen Williams at the draft, sneezing and God blessing himself and thanking himself?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Bless me.
Because that just made its way, obviously, with the trade last week.
Thank you.
It's one of my favorite things of all time. The guy sneezes, blesses himself, and then thanks himself. It's so good. Achoo. Bless you. Thank you.
Bless you. Thank you. And just keeps going. Like we were not supposed to comment on that.
Yeah, it just keeps going into the interview.
So Kalen Saunders, no contract. Michael Garcia, maybe a contract. The Royals reportedly working on that.
Yep, that's the information that I was given, that the Royals have open contract negotiations with Michael Garcia. Now,
Nice.
the good news is that they're opening contract negotiations. There's no real rush. They've got, I think, 4 years left of arbitration. But from a pretty reliable source, I would say, said that, the Royals are looking to, kind of sign Michael Garcia. And I think that's great news for John Sherman in particular, because so many people still think he's David Glass for whatever reason, and all he does is sign players and put the best product that he possibly can on the field. And signing Michael Garcia just proves and shows how much John Sherman cares about putting a winner out there, that they don't have to pay him right at this point in time, but they're opening contract negotiations with Michael Garcia as they view have opened between the team and Michael Garcia, and I love that. Sherman is still going out there going, spend, let's go. Put the best product out there on the field. And the other thing that they're doing, which is awesome, Dusty, they're signing their own guys. Like, this is new. We never had this before.
Yep. I mean, I wonder what the Vinny Pasquantino situation looks like. I think there's a lot of people that want to see him and Michael Garcia get locked up together. We'll see. Vinny Pasquantino will be 28 next year. Still have, I think, 3 years of control on his contract. Michael Garcia, that's the other thing, the control that they have under Michael Garcia's contract. And then go get Gleyber Torres, a new second baseman for the Kansas City Royals. That's the rumor that we saw from ESPN yesterday. But my one word is, home. Keep your guys home, man. Michael Garcia deserves a contract if he can do it. I think it's last year was the year. Like, if last year was the peak of Michael Garcia, Gold Glove, solid stick, where at in your lineup you want to play him, I don't know. First, he could hit first, he could hit second, he could hit fifth, he could hit fourth, wherever you want to put him in that lineup. It's good, man. Keep him home.
Biggest story in sports probably right now. Lane Kiffin reportedly had his family flown out to Baton Rouge, maybe Gainesville as well, to have them visit the campuses of LSU in Florida. This is amidst his best season at Ole Miss. I think top 5 team in the nation, 3 or 4, definitely going to make the college football playoffs. And now reportedly, Ole Miss has given Lane Kiffin an ultimatum saying, hey, listen, Egg Bowl's next week, next Friday. You have to make a decision if you're here or not, and you will not be coaching that game if you're not. One word.
Who am I one-wording? Am I one-wording for the college, or am I one-wording for Lane Kiffin on this one?
For this whole situation.
The whole situation, typical, I think. Old Mississippi is a nice job. We get that. But Florida and LSU are better jobs than Old Mississippi. Yep. And so he has to explore those jobs. And so if you're Old Mississippi, I understand you want it as well, but you're giving somebody an ultimatum. He may just very well say, you know what, if you're going to give me an ultimatum and not let me get to where I need to be with this job search, then you're making it very easy for me. I will take one of these jobs. And so that's what you have to be careful with if you're Old Mississippi, not giving this guy an ultimatum where he's got to make a decision. He's got Florida and LSU waiting there, man. It's not like you're giving the guy an ultimatum and he has no fallback plan.
Yeah, my one word is control. I mean, it sounds like Lane Kiffin has all the control if he wants it. Just depends on what he wants to do with it. That's also not the best strategy, in my opinion, for Ole Miss. No. Like, don't give the guy that has all the power, like, don't shelter him. Like, you, sir, tomorrow, I need a deal. It's like, maybe, like, don't do that. Like, maybe just don't end on bad times. You think he stays at Ole Miss?
No, this is classic Lane Kiffin. His true colors shown once again, and I'm on the side of Ole Miss personally.
Guess who's the guy again? Because he's always been the name, and there's never been anybody around him. Now, I don't know if that's accurate, because I don't know when he was the name for USC or for the Raiders, if there was anybody else, but it seemed like at the time, if I remember correctly, it was like Lane Kiffin, Lane Kiffin.
Oh, yeah.
And now this year, the dominoes have fallen into an area where it's like, yeah, James Franklin got signed at Virginia Tech, but it's like, well, where's Kiffin going?
Yeah. Wait, say that again. You don't like it?
No, he supports
I support Ole Miss
yeah,
here.
but you don't like what Lane's doing?
He thinks Lane's an arrogant ass.
Yeah, I think this guy jumps to where things are convenient. This is the best season in Ole Miss history.
Right,
and
which
you
is
are
the
in the middle
time to
of
get
it.
out.
But wait. You can wait. Those jobs will be there in 2 weeks. You fought for these kids. Sometimes we forget about the athletes and the kids. And Lane Kiffin's
the
been with
kids
these
right
guys.
now are in their NILs on the first weekend of the season. I mean, there's no loyalty at all. This is
I would disagree with that. We could talk more about this because we have to take a break.
Okay.
But I still think local's a thing. A lot of kids on that team are from Mississippi. A lot of kids on LSU are from Baton Rouge. They care about that team. They care about that state.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hate to be this way, but that's life now, man.
No,
I mean,
it's what it is.
It is what it is. I don't care that you care or they care or anything like that. I got to do what I think is best for me. And, some guys are job jumpers. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah, and that's who he is.
I also love that the Royals and the Chiefs are two completely different situations. Same name, same texter, two different texts. The Chiefs are about to win it out. Heard it here first.
Okay.
The next text they sent, subpar 500 baseball team, re-signing the same players isn't a flex, LOL.
Wait a second.
So Chiefs are about to win it all, 5-5, total belief, all in.
You heard it here first. I said it 3 weeks ago after the Buffalo game. They're not going to lose again. I was totally wrong. So you're late to the party on that one, but.
No, they're saying after the loss, they're going to win out now.
But he said you heard it here first. I've been telling you they were going to win out for months. I mean, that's not new by that guy, but
then signing Michael Garcia, sucks. It's not a flex.
Okay.
All in on the Chiefs, 5-5. Look like a disaster of a product, but yet here we are. Coming up.
The Michael Garcia signing is huge and wonderful.
It's not. It's not that.
Thank you, Alex.
It's not that huge. Coming up next, Bob's Bonehead of the Week. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trent McDuffie, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
BetMGM is coming soon to Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can pre-register and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses. Plus, an additional $100 in bonus bets if they deposit before December 1st. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM rewards points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. BetMGM is coming to Missouri on December 1st. Pre-register today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older. Only. Missouri. Only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Pending BetMGM's licensure as a mobile sports wagering operator with the Missouri Gambling Commission register for a Missouri online sport wagering account starting 11/17. BetMGM's insurance of welcome offer is conditional on full licensure.
Is your garage door too loud and whining for help? Overhead Door Company of Kansas City will make it all better. They will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year, so why not now? And for just $79. Call Overhead Door Company of Kansas City at 816-221-0072 or schedule online at overheaddoorkc.com.
Guys, if you started noticing your focus is off, maybe you're not remembering family events, or you just don't feel the same, Synergen X and Low T Center have clinics all over town so you can start receiving care. There's no reason to continue to delay this when you could start feeling like yourself again. They give you the power to choose to be treated in the clinic or at home, and a free TRT test is at the center with results in as little as 20 minutes. Look, you don't want to keep feeling bad all the time. You want really good testosterone treatment plans that are designed for you. Customized TRT plans at the best place in the city. That's Synergen X and Low T Center. So stop waiting and find out where those solutions could be with a free T-test. The best is waiting for you the best is waiting for you. So get off the sideline and get that free T-test now. Go to fixmylowt.com. That's fixmylowt.com.
Step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more. They'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best-dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or newtonjames.com. Elevate your wardrobe. Elevate your presence only at Newton James.
Chiefs coverage brought to you by Andy's Frozen Custard. Visit eatandys.com to find the location nearest you. Top your day with a smile.
Let me tell you about my good friend Andy from Andy's Frozen Custard. He's from Kansas City, never misses a game.